Alright guys, welcome back to Eggplant's third time at the track. So we're going to have to get a few things ready for tomorrow, because tomorrow we're going to be working on the car all day. So Matt's going to be coming out. We're going to head down, get Eggplant brought to the track, do a few things on it, like put that exhaust on that we modified a few weeks ago. And then Saturday's race day. So let's just, we're going to prep, we're going to work on the car, and then we're going to race. So let's get to it, guys. So we're just getting a few things ready here for the race weekend. Got our wheels and tires, and we got our air compressor. We're making sure that these things are up to snuff and at the right pressure. And then I got my box of goodies. So this is like all my parts, my tools, everything. I like to keep it in this waterproof bin, just in case it does rain. So we're gonna make sure that everything is in here that we need. So we got a few things planned for this weekend. So I got my extra fluids, but you might see this hole saw here. That is for the new exhaust that's going on, and we're thinking the exhaust is gonna sit too high, and we're gonna end up having to drill a hole in the bumper for it to come out, and I hope that's the case because that's gonna look awesome. So we got a hole saw for that. We're gonna bleed the brakes, and as well as like replace all the brake fluid. So here is the vacuum bleeder. I believe I've got my brake fluid in here. This comes recommended by the guys at the racetrack. It is like super high temp, Super .3. It's some of the best, most cost-effective brake fluid you can get. I got my wheel nuts, zip ties. Of course, you're gonna need those. Some rags, and so we're actually planning on putting this grill on the car. And this is what came with the car originally. We took it off because we were thinking maybe we would sell this and get some cash, but I'd actually rather use it on the car to make it look a little nicer. What else do we need? We need the jack because we're going to be lifting up the car, and if Matt remembers to bring the coilover wrenches, we're going to lower the car a bit so it looks a little more gangster and maybe drives a little better too. What else do we need? And I've got my bag of tools. Just has some wrenches, actually wrenches back here. It has some sockets and ratchets, and it's got the RTV silicone that we'll need when fixing the valve cover leak. Also got this gasket here. It's an O-ring for the distributor. That may be where the leak is coming from. It might not be valve cover. So that's pretty much this box packed up. So I'm gonna pack this in the car, get the wheels in the car, air compressor, everything, and we're ready to head out tomorrow. All right guys, we're here with Matt Wall. You probably know him from MT Garage. And we're gonna head out to where Eggplant is parked, and we're gonna get this thing washed up and ready for the tow truck to bring it to the track, where we're gonna do the rest of the work. All right, so we're here at the car. We just needed to boost it because apparently my battery's flat. So we're gonna get the car put on the road so that the tow truck can pick it up.
Should be here soon, eh?
Yeah. Time to head to the track. All right, Matt, we made it to the track. Got the tow vehicle. We got our hot dogs out, cooking them up. Civic's here. And we're just gonna have a little food before we get working on the car. Okay, just gotta figure where we're gonna line this thing up. It's gonna have to be about over here because that's where the hanger is.
That's not so bad.
That'll work.
That tip looks good.
That is the last thing I would ever expect to fail, to be completely honest.
Yes. Oh, that's perfect.
It's just perfect. Okay.
That worked out too well.
Yeah.
I will be definitely
Plastic is so easy to drill into.
an email to the manufacturer.
So while Matt polishes up the car a bit to make it look a little nicer, I'm going to work on the front here. And I'm going to replace this grille with a new mesh aftermarket one. So just going to pop out those pins and zip tie that thing in.
Oh, hey, you got it
Grill
all.
is all. Oh yeah, it was quick. It was only one screw.
And that had no screws at all. This is just a matter of putting the clips in there.
But that's going to look good, Matt.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna look good. Yeah, that looks a lot better. So while Matt here takes a little break, I'm gonna get to work on putting the wheels on. Okay, it's windy, maybe you can't hear me, but we're working on the brakes right now, bleeding them. So we're looking for this fluid here to become a little more clear because we're got the bleeder cracked, and I'm filling her up with the new fluid, making sure the reservoir is full. Matt's pumping it up. I'm just topping it up as we go along. I don't know if you can see that. It looks like black cola, but that's the old brake fluid. So brakes are all bled. That worked really well. Now we're just working on adjusting the coilovers, so we're gonna get them a little lower, and this car should feel a little better because it's sitting way too high in the front. So Matt's almost done this side, and we're done. Alright, so we're gonna go on ahead and replace the gasket for the distributor. We may not have to do the valve cover gasket because we've done that already, so we're hoping that the leak is coming from here, from the O-ring that is on the distributor. So we're going to take the distributor off. We've already got it marked for alignment, so we don't have to retime, and then we'll hope that that fixes the oil leak. So we got the distributor gas O-ring replaced. We got the car started, runs good. We see no leak so far, so we're hoping that that fixed the leak. All right, we're done for the day here. We're gonna come back tomorrow morning. Well, I'm gonna come back.
I gotta work tomorrow.
That's a bummer. So I'll be here by myself first thing in the morning, and we're just gonna hit the track because the car is looking and feeling pretty good.
Mint.
So gonna see what difference that made. The thing I'm looking forward to most is the exhaust. It's gonna look, it looks great. It's gonna sound great on the track. I can actually hear myself.
You're gonna have to wear earplugs, Tim,
Yeah.
because that's gonna be
Be loud. And then I guess we'll see what difference that the coilover adjustment on the front made. I don't know if I'm going to be able to feel it. I'm not that in tune with my car, so I don't know if it'll make a difference. But yeah, we're excited to get on the track, and I guess we'll see you guys tomorrow morning. All right, guys, we're here at the races, and finally it's time to get Eggplant out onto the track with all the cool mods that we've done. So again, we got the exhaust, we got coilovers adjusted, brakes, bled, and new fluid in there. Fix that gasket leak in the O-ring for the distributor. So we're gonna get this thing on track, see how it performs, see how it sounds, and just have a good time.
Alright guys, we've done a couple laps in the car now and it feels great. The brakes feel awesome. The coilover adjustment we did feels good too. And the exhaust is just amazing, as you're going to be able to tell in these clips. And so we're going to walk around. There's a lot of cool cars. This is vintage weekend here. So there's a lot of old Minis and MGs and all sorts. So we're going to take a look at some of those, take a look at the cars and see them race.
Alright guys, that is it for this weekend. We had the car towed by Randy. Thanks again, Randy. Delivered it to our spot here. So we had a great time today. This weekend was awesome. The mods and the work that we did on the car worked fantastic. Very happy with that. Had a couple little issues. Found out the brake pads are demolished. You'll see that in this little video clip here. But they're like overheated, and I think they're starting to crack and like disintegrate. So that definitely got to get new pads. Definitely got to get new rotors. So the exhaust worked fantastic. Another thing that went wrong though is the battery. So the battery ended up going shot. So I had to boost it every single time with my TL, and it was kind of annoying because when I pulled up to the grid, and we had about a 20-minute wait every time before we went out, then I had to leave the car running. But overall, it was a great time. This is a great weekend to be there because this is the vintage weekend. There's a lot of cool cars, a lot of awesome racing, lots of people too, so that was pretty cool to see. Very happy with everything, the way everything turned out. I ran the best time I ever ran. It's 1:14.4, and you know, I don't think the car is going to get a whole lot better as is, but with new brakes, it has potential to go, you know, 113s because there's some corners I know I can push a little harder. But for now, that's going to wrap up this episode. Thanks for staying along for this long ride. Please make sure to subscribe, comment on this video, tell us what you liked about this weekend, what you thought the best car was out of all those classics. Let me know what you think of the sound of the ricey no muffler exhaust. And I want to say thanks again to our sponsor, Noventus Credit Union. That's the sponsor for this Eggplant Time Attack car, and they've been helpful in getting this thing to the track and you know, getting some of the race fees dealt with. So thanks to you viewers for sticking around so long. We'll see you guys later.